Hello my friends, welcome back to Retro RPG Relaxation. Again, playing through Dragon Quest VI, and we've come to a new town after defeating the Demon King. King reigns over this entire area. He's a good person, but he relies too much on the strength of his soldiers. Yes, and we are exploring a new area. We've got some jobs after our last little exploration. So, very exciting. Vocations. So this is generally one of the things that happens earlier in Dragon Quest games, not after you've beaten the Demon King, but hey, why not? Alright. Broadsword is a downgrade. Morningstar is an upgrade for Chamorro. Battle Axe. Big upgrade for Hassan. Muriel can do a Holy Sword since she is a priest, but can't do a Steel Whip. Barb can do a Steel Whip, but it's more than we can afford. Let's get a Battle Axe for Hassan. Lost one style, but that's okay. And we will get things back up a little bit through there. Are you a warrior? Yeah. You know, let strong warriors fight. Asked. Let's fight. Are you prepared? Sure. The fight begins. Garcia. Alright. Oh, I should have swapped Barb out for Chamorro, but that's okay. We'll still do our best. Some learned a couple of things now. Let's just try a regular hit for right now. We'll raise defense of all allies. And just lower the defense for this fella as much as we possibly can. Oof. Yeah, definitely needed to try and get okay. So how do we switch? Okay. There's no way to change, it looks like. Okay, well, we will just continue to do our best then. Because previously Barb was on the team, but immediately once we were going to the Demon King and Chamorro was there, like, I think I'll set this one out actually. So, that's alright. No one will judge. 35 damage, not the worst. But again, we'll keep buffing up. And keep dropping saps on this fella as much as we can. One more defense up should get us to a good spot. Man, just critting on everybody though. That's really, really rough. Alright. Just a regular heal should. Now we'll sap. Let Muriel heal herself. Hopefully she will go first. There we go. That's what we want to see. Okay, even with the crit, only does 7 damage to Hassan now, so we're in a decent spot, it looks like. See if the defense can go any higher. It can. Wonderful. We will keep that up then. Jump kick. That's a little bit scary, but that's okay. Alright. I think we did attacking mage for Muriel, so her magic attack should be pretty good. Now that our defense is up as high as it can be, only 1 damage from the jumping kick, we do like to see that. Man, if this country has just an army of guys that are like this fellow, or even just this fellow, why wouldn't you send him to fight the Demon King? Because he is tough. Like, he is stronger than any individual member of our party. He may not be stronger than all 4 of us, and hopefully he's not, but why wouldn't you send him to fight the Demon King along with us? Because it just doesn't make a lot of sense not to, considering how, again, he's a big tough guy. And if you have like a number of guys like him, it seems like the Demon King could have been beaten quite handily quite a while back. But can't think too hard about these things. Alright. You were strong. You may pass. Well, now we've got to get Barb back up. Had a little bit of a rough go on with her reintroduction to the party there. Yeah, when you're a dancer, you don't get great items. Don't get great armor. So, alright, we'll get Barb back up. And we will put Chamorro back in the party for now. No, don't need to talk to you again. I need to info. No, tactics, that's what I need. Order. Retro. Zon. Yuri. Oh. I can only do that when we're out of town, it looks like. Okay. Go back outside. But yeah, man, you didn't need to drag her away like the coffin of your friend. That there's a priest who can totally heal them right there. Alright, Retro, Hassan, Miri, and Chamorro. That's the party we're going with. We've gotten through looks like we're in a pretty decent shape. So you're good. Maybe I'll get a chance to fight you. Okay. No one's going to address that is General Tom, or looks just like him. Okay, full plate is better. Silver plate is much better. Dancer's clothes is not as good. shield, magic shield. Okay, magic shield is good. Iron Mask is a 9 increase. Silver Breastplate is a 13 increase for our hero. And for everyone who isn't Hassan or Barb. Okay, since it's cheaper, let's Hassan ticket. We'll give it to Hassan, to our hero. Give the armor back to Retro. Okay. Don't need the royal clothes right now. Put some of these things that we had on hand for the boss back in our inventory. It lowers the defense of anyone who puts them on, so no, we don't need to be carrying those around. Actually, let's sell a few of these things while we're here. Let's get rid of the iron claw. Wonderful. Hassan. Actually, no, he doesn't have anything to sell. I put everything else in the bag. Chain cross pointed hat. All right, let's see. Keys are important, of course. Staff of Thunder seems important. Half plate. Iron armor. Boxer shorts. And the iron helm. Okay. Hopefully that's not anything that we were actually going to have be better than what we've got. Iron mask, not iron helm. So again, I think we're okay. 5,000. The defense increase isn't a lot for most of the party. It's a big one for Chamorro. So we may save up for him for that. Otherwise, I think we are about where we need to be. Let's see about giving the Staff of Thunder potentially just to there. One of those things is the healing one, I believe. Again, it has been a little while since I played. I will apologize. Have you met the Blue Swordsman? No. Managed to defeat the captain of the guards. Rast is still surprised. Okay, says the same thing either way. Well, we haven't met him, but that's okay. I really like the people of this castle. All they do is train, so they're always hungry. And I love to cook. Oh, well, it's nice to find things that make you happy. My father's very strong. He's a soldier. He was defeated by the Blue Swordsman. I wonder if they're more blue than me. Alright, a little metal. Can never go wrong with that. It's been some time since I left the castle. Well, yeah, we figured because, you know, Demon Kings and all that sort of thing. You guys could have totally helped. What kind of monster could our soldiers not defeat? It must be very strong. Well, again, stronger than the Demon King, apparently. Slime clothes. Okay, that's interesting. No one can equip them. So, into the sack they go for now. But that is certainly interesting. Are they clothes made of slime? Clothes for a slime? Clothes for a slime be just like a body to put the little blue slime head on? He's as strong as the gods, as quick as the wind. A thunder knight, Rast always wins. Oh, excuse me, I'm writing a ballad for the captain of the guards. You met him? Very few people have had that honor. Well, we did meet him, that we can certainly say. The soldier's training room is downstairs. Okay. Is training boring? Of course not. Another medal, beautiful. Soldier must watch his health lest he collapse in battle. Soldier must give his life for his king or for his country. Yeah, not the best message to be sending with the world in the state it is right now. I hope that everyone is keeping safe wherever you are, and I hope that everyone that you care about is safe as well. It's so much to leave the castle, but my duties are here. That's interesting. You're not wearing your shirt. That's okay. Door's locked, but key doesn't work. The face of the sprite makes me think caveman. But I'm gonna come a little bit closer so we can talk. No? Yes. Food. I mean, we'll see what we can do. That wind, I can often enjoy a cool breeze up here. Well, that's always something to appreciate. Key doesn't work on that one either. Drat. Nothing in the dresser. No books worth reading, it seems. So I mentioned last time I was reading So I'm a Spider, So What? I really do enjoy that one. Read it all the way through, 16 volumes. Customer, please buy something. They're short, again, they are light novels, so not the biggest investment of time, but pretty fun. But after finishing that, I've started reading another series. I think it's kind of a generic thing, so Free Life Fantasy Online, Immortal Princess. It's another thing through there about a virtual reality based MMO, but what I like and enjoy about that one in particular so far is that it really is the idea of a light novel. So in Japan in particular, light novels are a thing, generally based on like web novels that are written online, and the popular ones get picked up for rewriting in traditional publishing. Most of the soldiers are staying in the castle and training. Will they be ready to fight the monster? Warrior must keep his weapons in good condition. But yes, so light novels in Japan are kind of a big thing, and a good way for people to go in and start getting published without having to write a full novel sort of thing. And so light novels are just light, fairly easy to read for the most part. There are some exceptions, of course, like Overlord is kind of a very heavy light novel. The topics can be dark or heavy, but generally it's not too big. The ones I tend to read are fairly heavy, so I'm a Spider, Overlord, those sorts of things. But what I like about Free Life Fantasy Online is that it is a very, very light novel. You come to see the king? Will you fight us first? Sure. It'll be victorious. I mean, hopefully not. Scott and Holiday. But yes, a traditional light novel. Meaning that, again, it's not that big. Things do happen, but it is mainly just the story about the beginning of an RPG and going on through a few things like that. Chamorro's got Vivify, so we can actually revive people now. That's wonderful. It'd be nice if he could, do a big boost for defense or lower their defense, but that's okay. We will have him parry this round. But yes, it is amusing, so funny in pretty much every respect. Oh, you're lowering the defense right as I am raising it. That is no good, Mr. Scott. So we will again do what we can to try and take that fella out as quickly as we can. But if you are going to be using spells on us, let's try and get a silence on him. Scott's attack doubled. Goodness gracious. Get everybody's defense up a little bit. Okay, so he's trying to tank the hits for his buddy. Interesting. I'll try one more time to try and lower his defense. And again, try and silence him one more time. But yeah, that's the light novel process in Japan. It's interesting. I think it's a good way to actually make some changes and get out of super traditional publishing. But yeah, Free Life Fantasy is just about a lady starting up an RPG and becoming popular in it, which is fun. It's just not something that you ever really need to think about too much. They're not trying to save the world, not trying to do anything too big. It really is just in a game, and that's kind of nice to just take your mind off of things with something like that and just have it be exactly what I said, to just be light. Because there is just so much yucky stuff happening in the world that it's nice to have things, hopefully like this YouTube series, that can take your mind off of it, that can help you out a little bit through there. But yeah, I do think that it is a nice thing to just, you're reading, so it's not, hey, shut your brain off and just enjoy. You are actually reading, which, again, good for you. But not something where you're having to really dissect complex themes and that sort of thing, which can be very nice, can be very fun, but at the same time isn't something that you necessarily want to do all the time. Sometimes it's nice to just enjoy a nice little story where the good guys win. You know, good things are going to happen to the party. It's going to be funny in places, and you can just enjoy that sort of thing. So it is very Japanese humor, which means that there's some sexualization that goes on that generally wouldn't be in a American novel, and yeah, you do get used to it for better and for worse, I suppose, but that is just kind of what you come to expect through there. And so once you're used to it, it's not nearly as bad as it is in a lot of stories through there, but the main character is amply endowed, and that is kind of her thing. Or is made a joke of in a few ways. Which, again, isn't necessarily bad, but it is something to be aware of if that is something that you don't want to read about. Okay, he raised his defense, that's why we're doing next to nothing. We were focusing on Scott originally, but Holiday keeps blocking everything we throw at him, so we're gonna spread out the love a little bit and just hit everybody. Or focus on Holiday, of course. Just try and eliminate an attack. Focus on just raising the defense. Whenever Scott does that and lowers our defense down, we'll raise it back up. But we will just try and eliminate the attack of Holiday as quickly as we can, and then focus as much as we can on taking Scott out after that. Because, yeah, Scott doesn't do too much damage on his own. But when he supercharges Holiday's attack, that's where it gets to be trouble. Again, this is turning into a big fight, which isn't necessarily what you would expect. Again, if you just sent the three of you, the guy we fought earlier downstairs and you two, if we just sent you to take on the Demon King, I think we might have been okay. I mean, maybe we need a healer in there, but I think that we were... I think you've got something. You've got potential. You've got hope for sure. You didn't need to send little level 20 us down to try and sort everything out if, you know, you guys had something in the wings like this. Hopefully, we surely must be coming up on the end of Holiday before too much longer. Because, I mean, we've been hitting a lot. Can we use Staff of Thunder as an attack? Okay. That's something. Just trying to lower the defense back down, but we're just going to raise it back up once again. And we will keep on going with our freebies. I accidentally hit Scott instead of Holiday that time, but it looks like Holiday's defending. So, yeah, they ended up working out better for that. Goodness gracious. Okay, he is attacking, so we'll be able to do some damage. There we go. Now we are down to 1, so that should speed things up a little bit. Again, I don't want you lowering my defense. I raised it up like that for a reason. But we should be in a much better spot now. Especially if we can get a couple of those terrific hits. But I do like the job system and everything in these Dragon Quest games. It is nice to just think of dedicating yourself entirely to one sort of passion or pursuit. Mastering it, moving on to another. I enjoy that way of bettering yourself, and looking at it as something that you can go and focus on, and I do think that you can get better no matter what you're trying to do in your life. No matter where you are, how old you are, what you're doing, you can always be doing something else. And maybe it's something that's going to bring you more joy, maybe it's not. Maybe it's something that you try and just, wow, I really don't like this. But at the end of the day, you still get the knowledge that, hey, I tried something, didn't end up being what I wanted to do, but I did try. And that's a really good feeling. You can end up just trapped sometimes in patterns and things like that, where you're just going on and, okay, wait, Scott, just going on doing the same thing and getting the same results. And it's just not the way to live. You really do need to try your best to try new things. Oh, you're indeed powerful. You may see the king. Well, we will just have to see the king next time, because yeah, we used all of our magic points on that fight, so we are gonna, it's probably going to make us fight the general next. So we'll get a heal, we'll get a save, and that is where we will pick things up next time for Retro RPG Relaxation. But yes, that's a good goal for your next week. Just, try something new, any sort of thing. There are all kinds of hobbies. People were doing it during the pandemic, which was a terrible time, but at the same time, it did give people excuses to try to learn new things. And I hope that you will take the opportunity to just try something new as best you can, and let me know about it in the comments if you like. So, as always, my friend, take care, have a very good day, and we'll see you next time on Retro RPG Relaxation.